Well, hello everyone. Let's take a moment to look at the disclaimer. This content is for educational, informational, entertainment purposes only, and nothing should be taken as a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold any securities at any time. We are here just to tell you how we look at the markets at BTA, how we analyze the markets, but nothing should be taken as a recommendation. This is Rod from BTA, and we are known as the middle traders. Now, I just want to do a quick update. We're going to take a look at the daily chart of the QQQs, right? I sent out an email to everybody who's a member of the browntradeacademy.com stating that, listen, we are not going to take any trades today because the volume is not confirming. We are not going to take any trade. Even if the Bollinger Band strategy confirmed and that we get our pivot today, we are not going to take any trades because it doesn't look like the volume is confirming. So this is a daily chart of the QQQs. And as you can see, I'm going to zoom in on today's action here. As you can see, today was a very strong day. Okay, the QQQs rallied very hard today. It's up over 2.75% right now. Okay, here's the daily action of the Q today. And we did a video earlier today talking about the 21-day moving average. Okay, the market just closed. So as y'all can see, we live, right? The market just closed. Okay, so we did a video earlier today about the 21-day moving average holding that support, and the 9-day moving average, and also lowest holding that support. And we said the market was on the edge. Okay, well, it didn't jump off the edge. It rallied pretty hard today. But we're not going to take any trades on it today because the volume didn't confirm. Look at the volume here, the volume bars at the bottom here. Here is the volume bars below, and this is the average volume. Look at the volume today. It's well below average, and it's well below the previous day, yesterday's volume. So now, today is such a very strong day, extremely strong rally day right here. Well, why is the volume so low? The volume is not coming in on the trade. That's not what we want to see. We don't want to see strong days up on very low volume, right? Let's bring over Market Smith for a second. Here is the QQQs on Market Smith. I'm going to zoom in on this so you can see it a little better. And if I bring it up here, well, let's take it down for a minute. Now look up top here on the right hand side. The QQQ closed up over $8 today, 2.74% percentage increase. But look at this negative 30%. So what is that negative 30%? If I scroll down here on Market Smith, you'll see, and I bring up the pop up here, you see it says negative 30%, VOL percentage, negative 30%. Well, what does that mean? Look down here at the bottom, at the volume bars right here. Look at the volume bars right there, okay? That's telling us that the volume was 30% below average, okay? It was 30% below average, below its average volume. It's 30% below its average volume. So here's the average volume right here, okay? Here, let me get the pencil back up. Here's the average volume right here. That's our average volume line of these bars. That's the 50-day average of volume. Here's today's volume, lower than the previous day, and is lower than average. It's 30% below the average volume. That's not what we want to see. So the volume is not coming in today. It was not enough volume that came in today. We're not happy with that. We don't want to see a strong move up, and the volume is not confirming it. But besides that, let's minimize this here. Let's zoom out of this for a second, right? And let's bring over the on balance volume. So here's the on balance volume lines with a line of closing prices up top for the QQQs. This is a daily chart of the QQQs right here. Okay, with the on balance volume line. If you've been following me on YouTube or any one of the BTA members, if you've been following the videos and coming to the meetings, you know this chart here. Okay, this is a line of closing prices of the on balance volume. Here's the previous high from 517. Okay, and here's the previous high on the on balance volume. Look at the closing prices. The line of closing prices had gotten above this previous high, but the on balance volume never made it above its previous high. You can see that. Now this is the most recent high. This is the most recent high right here. Okay, the most recent high right here at 527. This is the most recent high. On balance volume came down, found support at the previous high, and it rallied up. But look at here. This is the most recent high, and we follow the line down, the vertical line down. Here's the most recent high on the on balance volume. It's not above it. Okay, the accumulation distribution line may be above it, and the price volume trend may be above it, but we need to see the on balance volume line, this yellow line above it. The other two is just to confirm what we see on the on balance volume. We're not going to go against the on balance volume. That on balance volume line is telling us that the volume accumulating over time is not coming in. The large institutional investors are not coming in to the market right now of the Qs, even though it's running. You see the volume bars is telling you that it's lower than average, it's lower than the previous day, and the on balance volume lines are telling you it's not coming in. Okay, let's look at the daily chart of the DIA. Okay, now the DIA also signaled today, all right, and it got above its 8-week moving average. So the DIA is looking a lot better. All right, we'll do a weekly analysis of the weekly charts later on. But as you can see, the DIA did come in. All right, it is on lower volume, okay, below average volume, and it's almost lower than the previous day. But we don't want to start taking any trades right now because we need to see the volume coming in. Okay, we need the volume coming in. And the next thing is that if you look at when we analyze the weekly charts, you're going to see that we're at 332 right now. The 50-day moving average is at 335. Okay, the overhead resistance is just giving us a headache. The 50-day moving average, which is trending down, is at 335. We just closed at 332. That $3, that $3 difference is not that important to us, because if we run into this 50-day moving average tomorrow and get rejected, that can be a problem. All right. And on the weekly chart, it's coming right up on the 13-week moving average. So it's too many overhead resistance right now. It's right now, until we see that volume coming in and we could get above some of this overhead resistance, we might have to sit out for a second here. Even though we've been watching this and waiting on this for weeks, okay, this thing is not really lining up that great on the DIA and the Qs. All right, we'll look at the weekly chart later. Let's look at the SPY. Okay, now for the SPY, it's looking a little bit better on the SPY, all right? But the volume is still not coming in. But the weekly chart looks a little better, and we'll get to that later on. Today, we'll upload a video in regards to that. Okay, but the SPY, this ETF that tracks the Standard & Poor's 500, it did get above its previous high. So we got the signal on the Bollinger Band strategy, but look at the volume is lower than the previous day. Okay, look at the volume, and ever since the follow through day, we haven't gotten one day. Okay, ever since we got in the follow through day, look at the volume lower than the previous day. Here's the average volume line. Ever since the follow through day we got last week, we haven't gotten one day on above average volume. Okay, that's not what we're looking for. We need to see that volume coming in, okay? We need to see that volume coming in. And if we go to Market Smith and take a look at it on Market Smith, let's bring up the SPY. Let's bring up the SPY on Market Smith, right? Look at it. Look up top. Another very strong day, okay? Up $7, 1.8% increase. But look at the volume, negative 21%, negative 27%, negative 27%, right? And if we go down below, and we look down below, we can see today's volume is a lot lower than the previous day. Today's volume is a lot lower than the previous day. Okay, we can see that. So that's not good. All right, today's volume is a lot lower than the previous day. That is not good at all. So we need to see the volume coming in. All right, the volume is just not coming in. It's not coming into the market. Now, let's minimize this. Let's clear this up, right? And let's go and let's take a look at, okay, let's take a look at the IWM. Okay, let's take a look at the IWM. And let's see what the IWM is is trying to tell us, right? So today, once again, it looks like the IWM is going to close above its signal week, right? It's going to do it. It looked like the Bollinger Band strategy is going to hit the pivot this week, but look at the volume on the IWM. Once again, let's expand this so you can see it. The volume is just not coming in, and that's not good. We don't want to see that. Okay, let me zoom in on it so make sure you can see it good. Okay, look at the volume here. The volume. Let me bring up the pen. Let me bring up the pen so you can see it. Look at the volume here. Look how low the volume is compared to the previous day. Right here. Look at the volume here compared to the previous day. It's lower volume. Look at the volume, the average volume line. Ever since we got the file through the understanding of the poor, we haven't had one day above average volume. Not one day where these volume bars got above average. Okay, so this is telling us that the volume is not coming in on the IWM, right? But look, what's even more concerning than that? Is let's look at the on-balance volume line. All right, let's go back to IWM for a minute. Let's minimize that back. Let's go to the on-balance volume line. Okay, and look at the on-balance volume. Okay, here is the line of closing prices right here. This is the previous high. Look at the on-balance volume line, well above this previous high. But here, if we move down, let's move this. This is off just slightly, so we don't want it to be off. Let's bring it down, okay, to the previous high. You see, we're not above it. Okay, there's the previous high. All right, look at the on-balance volume line. It's not above it. I'd rather wait till tomorrow until it breaks above that. Yeah, granted, the accumulation distribution line is above it and the price volume trend is above it. But I want these two lines here to confirm what I see on the on-balance volume line. The on-balance volume line is our key indicator when it comes to the lines, the analysis of the volume with the lines, okay, with our line charts. This is the on-balance volume is the one. Anything that the on-balance volume line gives us a cumulative, a running total of volume. So does the other two, the accumulation distribution line and the price volume trend. But of all our volume analysis tools that we use for running total of volume, all our line charts of volume, the on-balance volume line is the most important one, okay? The other two needs to confirm that. So the on-balance volume line is not confirming this move upward. And if we bring up Market Smith, just real quick, if I put in the IWM, you can see today is negative 30%. It's 30% below average on the volume. Look down below here. If you look down below, you can see right here. It's I apologize. I didn't mark that right. If you see right here, the volume is lower than the previous day. Okay, so that's not good. So the volume is not confirming the move. The volume is not confirming the move at all. Okay, the volume is not confirming the move at all. So we rather wait. Until we can see the volume coming in. Yes, we got above the 8-week. Okay, on mostly all of the major index ETFs, we got above the 8-week. Okay, we found support at lowest. We did a video on that this morning. We found support at lowest, and we found support at the 21-day moving average. It did bounce, but the volume. Okay, if the volume would have been a lot stronger, that would have been telling us that large institutional investors are coming into the market. The volume is not showing us that the large institutional investors are there. The volume is showing us that the large institutional investors are not there. Okay, they're not in right now. We need to see that volume coming in to tell us that the large institutional investors are coming into the market. And for the IWM, look at this 50-day moving average right here, this red line. The 50-day moving average is at 190, right? Today we closed at 188. Is $2 really worth it? This market could trade up to 190 in reverse and fall right off a downward trending 50-day moving average. That's not good. Look how many times it hit a downward trending 50-day moving average and collapsed, okay? So I'd rather wait and give up this $2. Like I said, we're the middle traders. We're not going to get in at the exact bottom, and we're not going to get out at the exact top. I'd rather wait. So look, we're going to do another video later on today, okay, I'm getting ready to leave town, so I'll be out of town for mostly all of next week. But I'm gonna try to do little quick updates from out of town. But we're gonna look at the weekly charts and we're gonna look at the key moving averages. I'm telling you, for as far as we're concerned, it's much better to wait and see. We are middle traders. We're not trying to get the very first penny, and we're not trying to get the last dollar. Okay, so with that being said, look out for the next couple of videos. Talk to y'all later.